So do you go or I do? So this is our civil service meeting. Can I do the roll call or no?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let's call us to order just before we start.
Okay.
Let's do that.
You go ahead.
So it's 1543, 343, for however you want to say it. We're calling the meeting to order. This meeting today of the Civil Service Commission on 25 March 2021.
Vincent Rhodes.
Is now joining.
Hello, am I in the meeting?
Hey Vince, we got you loud and clear. Are you comfortable running the meeting from your telephone?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, it's all you. All we did so far is call the meeting to order at 3:43.
Okay, did I get a copy of the agenda?
I emailed it to you. Do you want us to
Okay,
go?
when,
Do you want us to go through the agenda and tell you what's the first item?
yeah, because, is this for the February meeting or for this meeting?
It's a March 25th
Okay.
agenda.
No, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that. So you can tell me, what it is, so that's fine.
Okay. I have the first item on the agenda. Should I do it, John? Is that okay? Or do you want to?
Hey Vince,
Yeah,
just in the interest of time, would you be okay? Because I have the agenda here sitting in front of you. Do you mind if I just act as chair again, just to make it move along expeditiously?
yeah, that's fine.
Are you okay with
That's
that?
fine with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So we'll just, we'll go ahead and do that. Roll call for the meeting. Mr. Moguki is here, Mr. Rhodes is here, Mr. May is here. I'll be acting chair because of some communications problem with Vince Rhodes. The meeting is called to order. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the civil service minutes from the meeting on February 2nd. Can I get a motion? Okay, a motion by Mr. Moguki has been made to enter those into the record as written. Can I get a second of the motion, please?
I second.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded properly by Mr. Rhodes. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. The minutes are to be entered into the record as written. Second item on the agenda is for the fire chief to talk about removal letters. Mr. Green, Chief Green.
Yes, I got two removal letters seek to be approved. The first person is Tyler Green, and the second is Frank Fazio. Both those candidates have been passed over 3 times, and we're seeking a removal.
I can make that motion.
Okay, the motion is made by Mr. Moguki to remove Tyler Green and Frank Fazio from the list for being passed over 3 times. Can I get a second of the motion?
I second.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor of removing those 2 candidates, say aye.
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 Aye. The motion carries. Tyler Green, Frank Fazio can be removed from the list. Item number 3, Chief, the approval to give a test for original appointment of firefighters. Over to you.
Yes, so seeking approval to start the process of getting the original appointment test out for firefighters. Our current list expires in June, and we're seeking approval to start that process of getting advertisement out and recruiting and so forth, so we can get the new test out.
Okay, any discussion required on that?
Mr. Chairman, if I could just interject a
Yes, sir.
short thing. We are still actively, Chief Green and the captains are still interviewing candidates from the last list. The list is going to expire in June. We have a offer to an individual in the last week. We have a potential that there's going to be an opening coming up with a firefighter that's indicated that he's taken a conditional job offer in Strongsville. So we may need to fill an open position here shortly with the list that's current. So we just to, so we're clear, we want to continue using this list until we do the new original appointment, but we need permission to do that because we have 2 firefighter positions that we need to fill in quick time that we probably won't be able to do off this list. So we want the original appointment list to get moving and be approved as soon as that one expires in June.
Okay, so the current list will be in effect until the 1st of June?
June
This list-
June 13th or something? June
June
13th.
13th.
is
So the
expired.
list we're talking about approving now, going ahead with, will not go into effect until then, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, is that clear to you guys? Jim and Vince, that all makes sense? Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
entertaining motions to go ahead with Chief Green's request to go ahead and move that, the original appointment letter to make those changes. Keep the current letter in effect until June 13th, but have the next one all cocked up and ready to go.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and second. Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. Chief Green, these next several items are yours, so I'm just going to let you
Okay.
run with it.
Sure. The next is permission to administer the lieutenant's exam. Right now, we have the written exam scheduled for May 27th. We need commission approval to administer the written portion of the test.
I'll
I'll
make
move
that
it.
motion.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion been made by Mr. Rhodes, second by Mr. Mogucki. Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And no discussion required. I'm sorry, I should probably throw that in there. No discussion is required. The motion's carried. Item 5.
Yes, the next portion of the lieutenant's exam is the assessment, and we're seeking approval to administer the assessment test on June 22nd for the lieutenant's exam.
How many candidates do we have typically for something like that?
The last test we had were 15, and we have some newer guys that are eligible to take the exam, so it could go up to maybe to 20. But there's some instances where the candidates don't pass the written, so they don't advance to the assessment. So my best guess, we'll probably have a minimum of 15 going into the assessment part.
Okay, this is a stupid question. This is just for guys we currently have. This is not for,
Right, this is the guys that are firefighters seeking promotion to lieutenant.
okay, got it. And again, it's the written exam guys that are taking it on May 27th would be the guys that pass that, roll into the assessment in June.
We'll advance the assessment in June. Yep.
Okay, I'm tracking now.
I'll move that we proceed with the assessment.
I second the motion.
Okay, Mr. Mogucki has made the motion that we proceed. Mr. Rhodes has seconded the motion. Let's get a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we got
Aye.
3, that motion carries. So we're good to go.
That's all I
That
have.
takes care of all fire items, items 2 through 5 on the agenda. Moving on to item 6. Lieutenant Lewis.
Thank you. The police department is looking to certify the lieutenant promotional testing. We had the test in the assessment center, so we have 2 candidates that passed it and we're ready to promote one of them.
And who are the candidates? Do we have a copy of
I
that?
have it right here.
Chris Denny and Evan Eastep. Chris Denny was the top scorer.
With all their scores.
I'm curious, how do we get the electronic signatures from the guys that aren't here? Do we just, do you sign them as proxy or something, Kai?
So I could, if after you sign, I think I could email it to them and have them sign it and send it back, couldn't I? How else would you do it?
Yeah, they can sign it after the fact as well, so. that's not a problem.
Electronically?
Connie, if I
Yeah, either-
have to come down there and sign something, I can. That's no problem.
Vince will come down and sign it.
It's- Well, and Mr. McGo, Jim's in town too, so maybe if
Okay.
we
Yeah,
just,
sure, I can stop.
Yeah, I mean, either in person or we can email it out, or if there's a way to electronically sign it, that's fine as well. All are acceptable.
Okay, that's
All
our
right.
law director. So if you sign that, then I can hold it and you guys can stop down, or I'll email it, whatever works out best for you.
I'm going to be downtown tomorrow around lunchtime. Would it be available?
Yes, I'll put it in the city manager's office on the 4th floor, and she'll have it ready for you to sign there, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I won't be down till early next week, so I have to work tomorrow, so.
So again, that's Chris Denny, Evan Estep, Estep, to be certifying for qualification for promotion to lieutenant. Can I get a motion to accept that as entered?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Rhodes has made the motion. Mr. Mabuki is second on the motion. All in favor of certifying as recorded, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, that's 3 ayes. That motion carries. I have signed it, and then we'll make arrangements for the other 2 members of the commission to sign it at a later date. Item number 7, any discussion? Dan, are we good? Okay. We're good. Do we have a meeting date? We do, April 22nd. We know that we're going to be meeting with a great degree of regularity, woo-hoo, and so we'll be here to make that happen. The next one is April 22nd, Tuesday. It's at 3:30 again?
3:30 always.
3:30 always. That's a great meeting time for everybody. So without any further discussion or any other business?
Can I just add something, Colonel?
Yes, absolutely.
So the meeting that we're having next month, Chief Green has wanted to add some points to the firefighter original appointment. A few years back, we had changed that, and it's not beneficial for their operation and hiring process. So those are the items that are going to be up for consideration. At that time, we have advertised and posted in the local media and on boards and that the meeting date will be at that date and time, so we have to stay strict with that.
Okay.
Just because of the legalities of that process. So that'll be the date and time that we have to have that meeting.
Okay, and the purpose of that is, I know we have it published. Would we anticipate folks would attend that meeting?
We didn't at any of the other times that we've changed the civil service rules, but we have to do it to conform to the rules.
Okay.
I don't anticipate that there's going to be anybody here, but they could be. And all that we're asking is to change the civil service rules to add 10% for EMTs. And then
Paramedic, EMT, and firefighter 2.
And firefighter 2. So those are the only things that are going to be under consideration at that time.
Okay, is that something we need to do some advanced study on, or is this changing the civil service rules, or just specifically changing?
Back in 2005, they had those points added in. And then just recently, I think the previous, when we gave the entrance exam 2 years ago, they removed those points. So for 2005 till 2019, we had those points given. 2019, they were taken off. And then I want to get those points put back on. So the police have similar requirements and stuff like that. So it's reflecting what police have in the civil service too.
Okay.
It's basically to give credit for certifications so that firefighters that have gone out and got their education and training get recognized for their commitment prior to becoming members of the department.
So it incentivizes them getting further training on their own.
Correct.
PME and stuff like, okay, yeah, all right, that sounds great. So the genesis of your comment is, don't be late, April 22nd, 3:30. There's gonna be like 300 guys here, get a clean shirt and shave, and we'll all be here for that. With nothing further, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Magucki has made a motion to adjourn. Can I get a second? I'll second that motion. And motion has been made and seconded by Mr. May. All in favor of calling it quits for the day? Aye.
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 Okay, we got 3. That motion carries. The meeting stands adjourned at 3:58. That ends the meeting for 25 March 2020.